We live in a time where we're absolutely surrounded by technology. As I sit here in front of this fancy digital camera, I've got a smartphone and I've got a laptop and I've got a watch. And I want to know, is your watch making you hate running? If you haven't been with me here on the channel before, I'm Jesse Funk. This is a show I call Runner's High, where we talk about everything running, from nutrition to training to mental strategies to technology on occasion. And so if you like running or you like triathlon, you like endurance sports in general, hit that subscribe button over here somewhere. You can see it. Hit that button for more episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. So we want to talk about watches because watches are not just a playground for rich people to collect. It is also something that's very practical, right? It tells us, how long did I go for? Sometimes how fast did I go? Or, what's the distance that I've been running? What's the elevation changes? There's so many things that watches can tell us nowadays, especially when you get a smartwatch or you get a GPS watch from a company like Garmin, based here in Kansas City. The thing is that I'm a big fan of dumb watches. So this is, the classic like Timex Ironman watch. I'm not sponsored by Timex or anything. This is just a watch I've used for eternity. And it just tells me the time. I can do splits, and that's about it. And I don't even wear it when I go run most days. I have this belief that you're probably better off without your watch for the vast majority of days, because there is a certain amount of neuroticism I think can develop when you allow your watch to control what you should be doing from day to day as a runner. So if you've experienced this kind of like anxiety or the need to look at your watch constantly, it beeps when the mile goes off. Oh, what was my split? How was it? Even if it's a long run day and you're like, am I on pace? Is it right? Did I do it? Am I too slow? Am I too fast? What's going on? If you have this tendency towards anxiety and neuroticism, a focus on your watch, ditch it, because it's screwing you up. It's screwing up your brain, and I promise it will eventually make you move towards the side of hating running. The thing is that we don't really need those watches for the vast majority of running, because the vast majority of running comes in the form of long runs. We go out, we put in some easy miles, and we come home. Now, if you're doing a fartlek or you're doing intervals where you're not on a track, absolutely great tool for that, because then you know exactly where you are. You can run, an indeterminate course where you haven't planned it out and know exactly, hey, I'm doing mile splits today, or I'm doing half mile splits, or I want to do quarters, or whatever it is, and you don't have to be on a track. Perfectly acceptable for that. But when you're out for a long run, your focus should be on, how does it feel? Am I going easy enough? Do I feel fatigued today? If you feel fatigued, maybe go a little easier. Forget about the watch. But when you're clock watching constantly, and when you're so focused on, hey, this is my watch and this is what it's telling me and I have to hit these things, you forget about listening to your body. It's a skill that we've kind of, I feel like ignored a bit as we kind of become more technology dependent. We become so technology dependent that we even have watches to tell us when to rest. And I think there's value in some of these metrics. There absolutely is. But it's using them in an intelligent way instead of allowing them to dominate the conversation. Because no matter how many times we use these things, we have these technologies. I've talked to, I don't know how many people on the Smart Athlete podcast, a show I do on this channel where I talk to very intelligent people who are researchers in these fields. What all of these technologies come back to and correlate highly with is rate of perceived exertion. How do you feel? And having that ability to tune into, how do I feel, is going to be more reliable than a watch any given day, even if you are doing intervals. Because how do I feel is what? What is it to us as runners? Pacing, right? It's both a sense of our fatigue, overall fatigue level, which is good to know for a particular training block. Do I need to back off? Am I okay? But also the fatigue level within the run itself, which is pacing. So if you're relying solely on your watch to go, what should I be running, watch? Tell me what to do. You're turning off those signals in your brain that you should be paying attention to. How's my respiration? How am I breathing? How do my legs feel? Are they burny? Are they going too easy? Is it the right amount of burny depending on how fast you want to be going? What's the rhythm of my legs? Are they turning over properly? All those things are important when you want to maximize your potential as a runner, being your speed or your endurance. So if you find yourself anxiety-ridden, hating your watch, ditch it. Don't worry about logging on Strava, showing off to your friends. The thing you want to do is satisfy yourself and race yourself. And I absolutely promise you will get this sense of relief, maybe a little anxiety initially because you're maybe stuck on that watch. But if you stick with it for a few weeks, just make a commitment, a training block, 2-3 weeks, whatever your training block is, stick with it. I promise, by the end of that training block, you'll have a sense of relief when you can just say, I'm going to go out for 6-7 miles, whatever the mileage is for the day for you, 3 miles, 10 miles, whatever it is. I'm not going to wear a watch. I'm just going to run and just enjoy the run for what it is. So, do you have any questions for me about tech? Which, happy to talk tech. I'm not a complete troglodyte. Do you have any questions about running, about triathlon, endurance in general? Leave them in the comments below. Love to do a video for you in the future.